Yes, good evening everyone. Welcome to Lukmaan IAS. This is DTRS session, Daily Takkar Rapid Series. What we are doing, daily we are discussing 10 MCQs based on today's current affairs. So this is class 67 and today's lead topic is Chokuwa rice. Recently this particular rice variety from Assam region has got GI tag, that's why it is in news. We will solve the first MCQ based on this topic and other 9 topics, 9 MCQs separately. But before going into details of these topics, let's talk about today's quotation. Yes, today's quotation, this quotation that we are discussing on daily basis, it is very helpful for your essay and ethics preparation. Also, it is helping you develop your personality for personality test, the third stage for this examination, right? So a smile is a curve that sets everything straight. Yes, easy interpretation, we can say that. But talking from the meaning, or we can say that the essence of this quotation, a smile is a curve. देखिए कैसे लिखा गया है, curve and straight line. So what it is saying that basically the smile कैसे draw करते हैं हम, ऐसे draw करते हैं ना smile को. It is a curve, right? But it sets everything straight. That means basically it is solution. It solves the problems. It is talking about like this, or issues. It solves the issues. It solves the problems. How? Let's talk from the general day-to-day life. Whenever you are traveling, let's say you are traveling by bus or metro. So let's say you are thinking about, yes, online students, yes, Anand, Shashank, good evening everyone. Right. So let's say you are traveling by metro or bus and you are thinking about the problems that are happening in your life, and suddenly you see a small child and he's smiling, watching you or watching at your face. What is the immediate reaction? What immediate reaction you get? You also immediately have a smile on your face. You tend to forget all those problems in your mind. होता है कि नहीं ऐसा? हमने सबने ये experience किया हुआ है. The child who is having that smiling face, that actually tends to have some impact on us. ठीक है? तो basically, as Aristotle says that the happiness, seeking happiness is the chief aim of our life. So human tends to seek happiness. ठीक है? So in the same manner, we can talk about the smile. So let's say there is fight between two friends. ठीक है, आपके दोस्तों के साथ फाइट हो गई है, समझो गलती से वो आपके सामने आ जाता है, दिख जाता है. ठीक है, तो क्या होगा, अचानक से आप भी उसके देख के शायद कुछ पुरानी यादें, अच्छे टाइम स्पेंड किया हुआ याद आ जाता है, तो आप हंस दोगे या सामने वाला दोस्त हंस देगा और सारे प्रॉब्लम्स भूल जाएंगे आप. व्हाई? बिकॉज यू रिमेंबर द गुड टाइम्स दैट यू हैव स्पेंट इन योर लाइफ. होता है ना ऐसा? शायद आपके साथ भी ऐसा हुआ हो. द सेम इज बेसिकली applied in our life, in day-to-day life, or we can say that in the societal life also. So let's say there is problem with the neighbor. ठीक है, neighbor के साथ fight है, या फिर समझो आप travel कर रहे हैं, आपका गाड़ी का किसी को धक्का लग गया समझो, ठीक है, दूसरे गाड़ी के साथ में. बट समझो अगर आपने वहां पे स्माइल किए बिना, वहां पे अगर आपने गुस्सा दिखाया, let's say you show the anger there, the other person also tend to show anger just because you are reacting in anger. Just because you are reacting in anger. समझो आप भी स्माइल देके सॉरी बोल देते हैं, समझो आपकी गलती है, आप क्या बोलते हैं, स्माइल करो वहां पे और आप सॉरी बोल दो, शायद सामने वाला जो है आपको इजीली माफ करते. ये जो एंगर वाला रिएक्शन है, दिस विल नॉट बी देयर. दिस इज हाउ we should understand the essence of this. And basically small problems tend to get the bigger ones, no? ठीक है, escalate होते हैं ना problems. तो basically छोटा ही problem होता है, वो escalate होके बड़ा होता है. जैसे हमारे घर में होता है, husband wife का हो या फिर बच्चे का हो, कोई भी झगड़ा हो, ठीक है, छोटी चीज से बड़ा हो जाता है, right? So yes, so we should understand the meaning of this quotation, and this is how human values, so love, care, compassion, peace. So a smile is basically the manifestation of all these things. ठीक है, smile is manifestation of happiness. Happiness, we know that it is a state of mind. It is the state of contentment, the feeling of contentment that we have in our mind. So we should understand in this manner. Fine. Now let's talk about today's 10 topics. Okay, these are today's 10 topics. We will solve MCQs based on these topics one by one. So first MCQ based on lead topic for today. So with reference to Chokuwa rice. Okay, with reference to Chokuwa rice, we have to solve this. What it is saying? Yes, recently this rice variety has got the what we can say GI tag, geographical indication tag. What is the meaning of this GI tag? GI tag helps to understand that this particular product is from particular location and is having certain quality standards of that particular product. Okay, quality standards are ensured. Now this helps to marketing that particular product within domestic, we can say, market as well as international market. So this is importance of GI tag, and this GI tag is given to different products, the food products as well as other products also, arts and crafts and all these things. Talking about this particular Chokuwa rice variety, this particular rice variety is grown traditionally in Brahmaputra basin in Assam. So look at the first statement. It is cultivated around the Kaveri Delta, Kaveri, southern India. It is incorrect. Okay, it is a unique variety in a sense that yes, it has the history of being the staple food for Ahom dynasty. Okay, staple for Ahom dynasty. Along with that, it is nutritious one, and it is grown during winter. Okay, during winter. So second statement is correct, we can say. It is also called as sali rice. Okay, fine. So now you have understood the convenience. It is also having convenience for preparation. It does not require as such cooking. So it is easily, we can say, available, ready available. So during Ahom kingdom, basically this was used for preparation or staple food for troops of that kingdom. Okay, so these are some advantages. What should be the answer here? 2. That is, B is the correct answer here, right? Online students, you also give your answers simultaneously. It looks like the cooked rice. Yes, it looks like cooked rice. So that's why geographical uniqueness, marketing purpose, right? Let's talk about next question now. All right. With reference to Horn of Africa, consider the following statements. Horn of Africa, many times it is in use. Why? Because of the desert conditions, right? So drought condition, desert conditions. Horn of Africa, this particular region is northeast African continent. Okay, it is along the southern boundary of Red Sea. That is correct, we can say. It is equidistance from equator and Tropic of Cancer. The uniqueness of this region, yes, this is correct, we can say. From, if you see the location, you will understand that this region lies equidistant from equator and Tropic of Cancer. Now, yes, talking from the third perspective, the region consists of 5 African countries. All right, so 5 African countries. Which African countries are there? Right, so there are 4 African countries. Actually, it is incorrect. 4 African countries are located. Which are these 4 African countries that are located here? Djibouti, Eritrea, Ethiopia, and Somalia. These regions, they are perennially drought prone region, we can say, drought conditions, and along with that there is migration issue there, refugee migration, refugee crisis. Then there is concern of, we can say, civil war, Somalia, the problem of, we can say, peace and stability in the region. So this then we can say it is incorrect. So 2 statements are correct regarding Horn of Africa. All right, let's talk about next. This is the location you can see here. Fine. Now let's talk about next question. Description based question we can say. Yes, military coup is also there. Okay, glutinous rice. Gluten is, we can say, important component of fruit products, and excess of this is harmful for human health. Appropriate amount is good, excess is problematic. Okay, yes. All right, talking about this description based question here. It is a hill station which is home to Sambar, Goral or Cheer peasants. In 1976, it was identified and declared as a protected area. It comprises part of catchment area of tributary of Giri River. Now, very specific information asked here, factual information we can say, and most of the times students may not know about this. Try to skip such kind of questions if it is asked in examination. Now, Giri River, yes, it is there in, we can say that, Himachal Pradesh, and that's why if those students who are knowing about this, they can identify Pakke Tiger Reserve, northeast में है ना, अरुणाचल प्रदेश, Pakke Tiger Reserve, ये eliminate हो जाएगा. Okay, but बाकी 3 में आपको confusion हो सकता है. Chayal Wildlife Sanctuary is being described here. You should know that it is located in the Himachal Pradesh, Solan district. Chayal Wildlife Sanctuary is being described in this particular paragraph. Himachal Pradesh. Okay, so Pakke Tiger Reserve, already UPSC has asked question in prelims regarding this Pakke or Pakhui Tiger Reserve many times in news because of some infrastructure projects, road constructions going on there. Okay, fine. Let's talk about next. See, in the explanation about remaining wildlife sanctuaries, detailed explanation is given. You can see the explanation. You can download this explanation which is attached in the description of this video. You can read it later on. Let's solve the next MCQ. So what it is saying, consider the following statements regarding parliamentary standing committees. All right, so we are aware about parliamentary standing committees. So parliamentary committees, basically we can divide them like standing committees and ad hoc committees, we can say, right? So in standing committees, we can say that there are departmentally related standing committees, and we can say that finance committees, right? 3 finance committees are there. Finance committees कौन से हैं? Estimates committee, PAC, public accounts committee, and third one, committee on, we can say that, public sector entities or enterprises. Committee on public sector enterprises undertakings. Okay, so these are finance committees, and basically these are the major parliamentary committees, we can say. Departmental standing committees, they are basically department wise, subject wise. These are actually the permanent, we can say, in nature, and they are not dissolved as such. They are reconstituted from time to time. Recently Rajya Sabha had reconstituted 8 such departmentally related standing committees. There are total 16 in Lok Sabha departmental standing committees, and there are total 8 in Rajya Sabha. Remember this. And these are headed by respective heads, or we can say the presiding officers of those we can say houses, like speaker in Lok Sabha and chairman in Rajya Sabha, right? Okay, so yes, third statement is incorrect. Second statement is incorrect. Public account committee is the largest committee in parliament. So largest ये नहीं है, तो कौन सा है? Estimates committee. In terms of membership we are talking. In terms of membership, so it is incorrect. First one is pretty straightforward. These are regular and permanent, we can say, in nature, and they are established according to the rules and procedure conduct of business from time to time. Okay, so only one is the correct answer. So from M. Laxmikant book, you should read all the details about, yes, in explanation we have given adequate explanation, but from M. Laxmikant, I would advise you to read and revise about departmental related standing committees. Okay, now let's next question. ECI, Election Commission of India. So the basics, we know that Article 324 talks about composition and constitution of Election Commission of India. The details we know that there are at present CEC plus 2 ECs, but you should know that it is not given in the constitution that this should be the composition. In past, you let's say there has been a single member ECI as well as we can say multi-member. So there the provision says that there should be CEC and as many number of ECs as the president may think it's required or suitable. So yes, CECs and ECs, they are appointed by basically the President of India. You should know this. At present, there is no, we can say, the government has not followed any transparent mechanism in the appointment of election commission, CECs and ECs. Now, recently there was this Supreme Court verdict which talked about that there should be a selection committee made up of Chief Justice of India, Prime Minister, Chief Justice of India, and leader of opposition. We can say that in Lok Sabha, leader of opposition in Lok Sabha. So at present this is being followed, we can say, but the government has come up with new bill, and this bill is basically removing CJI from this. The Prime Minister, leader of opposition, and one cabinet minister. One cabinet minister will be, we can say, the member of that committee, but that particular bill has not been passed yet, right? This particular bill has not been passed yet. It is proposing like PM and then one cabinet minister, which will be proposed by Prime Minister, and then there will be leader of opposition. Okay, fine. So look at the statements. Union cabinet minister is part of selection committee. At present, it is not there. Once this bill is enacted, we can say that that is. But at present, CJI is there. CEC has the tenure of 6 years and up to 65 years. This is correct, we can say. So only two, that is B is the correct answer, right? Yes, online students, you give answers to these questions simultaneously. Yes, B is the correct answer. Anant, good. Now, let's talk about the sixth question. Gig Workers Act. Okay, so recently there was one law enacted by a particular state regarding gig workers. Kerala is the only state to have law for gig workers. Recently it was in news, right? Which one state became the first state in the country to enact the law on gig workers? Rajasthan. So it is incorrect. An aggregator working in the state will avail benefits under the act. Now this is correct, we can say aggregator. Aggregator is basically the employer for gig workers. Like for example, Zomato. Zomato will be called as aggregator because all these Zomato workers who are delivery agents, basically, they are registered with Zomato. Other examples like Uber or Ola, drivers, okay? So they are aggregators. Minister in charge of Department of Labor, Rajasthan will be the ex officio chairman. अब यहाँ पे राजस्थान लिखा ही हुआ है, तो we can say that that is correct. And gig workers social security and welfare fund will be constituted under this act. We can say this is correct. So one can use simple logic also. Eliminate the first one. C is the correct answer. C is the correct answer. Okay, fine, right. So remember this. Why? Because this is important. First state to enact the law for gig workers. So central government has not yet enacted any law related to regulation of gig workers, gig economy, we can say. Next. Yes, recently we celebrated Onam. Now, this traditional dance form that is performed during Onam. So it is basically Chavittukali. Okay, Chavittukali is the unique dance form, and let me show you the photograph also. A is the correct answer here. There was this particular quiz. ये quiz आता है, काफी unique होता है. आपको पता होना चाहिए. Text and context page as well as sometimes on science and tech page. This quiz is there, so it is important. This looks like this dance form translation. Onam. Swamitva scheme, yes. Yes, in past also several times we have framed the question. This is a kind of revision to those students who are continuously following this particular lecture series, we can say. Swamitwa scheme. Right. The scheme is basically is related to recognizing the land records or digitalization of land records, bringing clarity in terms of ownership. So it is the central sector scheme that aims to establish clear ownership of property in rural areas. So this is correct, we can say. It uses drone technology for mapping land parcels to record of rights of village households. So we can say that is correct. So this particular scheme was, let's say, started on pilot basis 2020 to 2021 in 9 states. Okay, and this particular scheme will help, especially, or this is being implemented by Ministry of Panchayati Raj institutions. Okay, Panchayati Raj institutions, Ministry of Panchayati Raj, we can say. Okay, so implementing agency, and this is going to help especially the farmers to avail the credit. Once the land records are very clear, the banks are ready to extend the credits to those people who are, we can say, ready to give mortgage their property in exchange of availing the credits. So that's why it is very important. Second statement is also correct, we can say. C is the correct answer for this. All right. Moving on. Next question. Ophidiascaris robertsi. What is this and why it was in news recently? Is species or something like that. So yes, it was in news. Why it was in news? You should know that it is basically a roundworm, a parasitic roundworm, and it was discovered in Australian women's brain. Live parasitic roundworm was discovered. So that's why it is in news. You can see the photograph. Okay, live parasitic roundworm discovered in Australian women's. So that scientific name of that roundworm, and this is one of the largest such roundworm found in the brain in the human being. So that's why it is in news. Okay, so D is the correct answer. Right. Regarding the last question, global antibiotic research and development partnership. International initiatives. You should be knowing about them: science and tech, environment, and economy. Okay. Yes. It is not for profit organization that accelerate development and access to treatment of drug resistance infection. This is correct statement, and this was basically the initiative WHO in collaboration with, we can say that it was established in 2016. It's a collaboration between WHO and Drugs for Neglected Disease Initiative. The second statement is also correct here. So that's why answer will become C. All right. So these are today's 10 MCQs. Any question related to them? Online students, you can download the detailed explanation attached in the, yes, regular time is at 5 o'clock. Many times it can, extend to 5 minutes or 10 minutes at max. We are trying to actually harmonize the time, exact time, but yes, generally we start with a 5 o'clock only. Yes, glutinous rice means basically there is gluten content in that rice. Gluten is an important element of food product. Okay, it is required for the human body, but not in excess. Not in excess. Rice is generally having gluten content. Yes. Fine. Okay. Let us stop there. Okay.